What's up, guys? I am back with another episode, and I asked you all on Snapchat if you were curious about the different types of supplements that Rule 1 offers. Many of you guys may know I am partnered with Rule 1 Proteins, and there are so many supplements that you may have seen I post about on Instagram, I post about on Snapchat, and I get so many questions about the products I use, why I use them, should you be using them, what they do. So I wanted to use this episode to go over the different types of supplements, what they do, and what they can do for you. First of all, I want to start out with saying that there are so many supplements out there, so many supplement companies. I know that it gets confusing, and the one thing that I just want to drive home right now is that supplements are not necessary. You do not need them. And to be honest with you, if your diet is crap, if your training routine is crap, supplements are not a magic pill or potion. So before you go spend a crap ton of money on these things thinking that that's what they are, stop yourself, listen to this video, understand what these supplements are doing for you, and then decide which ones to go out and get for yourself, if any. I don't say that in any way to diss this company. I love the people, I love the products, and I'm gonna go into a little bit of an unbiased review, and then I'll tell you the ones that I personally use as I go through them as well. So, number one, we're gonna talk about protein powders, and there are a million on the market, but I'm gonna talk about three that you'll see most commonly. You'll see a whey concentrate, a whey isolate, and a whey hydrolysate. So the first one is a whey concentrate, and these ones can range a lot. They're your cheapest option, and here's why. Generally speaking, with the whey concentrates out there on the market, one serving size of a whey concentrate powder can contain anywhere from 40 to 90% protein. So it's a really big range. So if you get a whey concentrate and you look at the nutritional information and it only has about 40% protein content per the total amount of calories, meaning in one serving, it has a lower protein percentage when compared to the carbs and fat. You may want to be just aware of that, not necessarily that you need to stay away from it. It really depends on your goals and what you're trying to do. These whey concentrates that have a lower percentage of protein are typically cheaper as well. So no, they're not all made the same. Just understand that when you're looking through the nutrient profile. The other thing you need to be aware of is that whey concentrates typically have a higher amount of lactose in the product. So what that means is it hasn't been broken down as much as some of the other options, which I'll go into. So it has a higher percentage of the lactose content than some of the other options of whey. And that is because whey is a byproduct of dairy. So basically when they're creating these protein powders, they are stripping down the dairy content to try to get the protein profile from it. Whey concentrates are not as broken down as the isolates or the hydrolysates, so that is why the whey concentrate is typically cheaper in the stores. So if you are somebody that is lactose intolerant or has a dairy allergy, I would stay away from, honestly, if you have a dairy allergy, I would probably stay away from all whey products. But if you're a little lactose intolerant, you might want to stay away from the whey concentrate and instead opt for an option like the whey isolate. So I'll go into that as well. So a whey isolate is actually taking the concentrate, taking the whey protein and breaking it down even further through a series of processes. So your whey isolate powders will typically be about 90% or more of straight protein. So they've actually continued to strip out the fat, continue to strip out the lactose, and if you look at the nutrient profiles between a whey concentrate and a whey isolate, the isolate's gonna have potentially a little bit, could be a lot more, protein for the same amount by volume. So it'll have more protein, less fat, if any fat, and less carbs. The third option is a whey hydrolysate. And a whey hydrolysate then is taking it to the next step. It's been broken down using heat. Now, a pure whey hydrolysate will sometimes have a bitter taste. It still has a very high percentage of protein in the nutrient breakdown. So for some people, the taste might not outweigh the benefits, and you might want to go for the whey isolate instead of the hydrolysate. It's also been shown that whey hydrolysates can absorb faster into your system because it's more of a full protein source, but again, the minimal effects. Concentrates and isolates will both digest a lot quicker than, say, a more natural source of protein like a chicken or a steak, what have you. So they're still very fast acting. So the hydrolysates for the money aren't necessarily better in my opinion, but you can be the deciding factor on that. So between the whey concentrate, the whey isolate, and the whey hydrolysate, you have two options that Rule 1 offers specifically. The first one is it's the blue label. It is their, this is their whey blend. So this actually blends the three of them together. This actually blends the concentrate, the isolate, and the hydrolysate into their whey blend. By comparison, I do. This is my absolute favorite flavor for those of you guys that follow me. It is the red label, the orange label, whatever it is. This is their whey isolate hydrolysate, and exactly what it is, it just combines the two that I described. There is no concentrates in here. So if you actually look at the nutrient profiles on both of these, we're talking 30 calories, 2 grams of fat, 2 grams of carbs, 1 gram of protein difference. So to be honest with you, Rule 1 is one of those companies where I would say either one of these is a great option, because looking at their whey blend, I mean, I can't even call this, it's not a pure concentrate. It does have the concentrate, the isolate, and the hydrolysate. This is just your isolate and your hydrolysate. Now, again, if you are a little bit more touch and go when it comes to dairy products, I would recommend the red orange label. That being said, this is also a finer powder, I guess. So for somebody like me who likes to bake and cook, I like to use the whey blend. Again, it's kind of based on personal preference. And when it comes to Rule 1 specifically as a brand, I don't think you can go wrong with either one of them. I'm just giving you the facts in a Cliff Notes version. Now, if you are allergic to dairy or you're vegan, neither one of these are gonna work for you. There are a couple other options that Rule 1 does offer. They offer a mass gainer product, which is also in the protein section on the website, and that's going to have extra carbs and fats for somebody that's having a hard time gaining weight. And then your casein is a slower absorbing protein. Some people like to take it before bed. I don't personally take it, but if you're somebody that takes casein, so gonna leave that one alone. Do you need protein? The answer is yes, you need protein in your diet. Do you need a protein supplement? The answer is no. If you are getting enough protein from whole food sources, meaning chicken, fish, eggs, plant-based sources, whatever, if you're getting enough protein in your diet from whole food sources, you do not need a protein powder supplement. The one thing that protein powder is amazing for is that it is highly bioavailable, meaning it does absorb quickly into your bloodstream. So if you do end up taking protein, I recommend taking it post-workout because it will get to your body very, very quickly. But again, if you're getting enough protein in your diet through whole food sources, a protein supplement may not be necessary. Okay, moving right along into BCAAs, or branched chain amino acids. Now, Rule 1 does offer BCAAs on their own, which is the three essential. It's the leucine, valine, and isoleucine that your body absolutely needs. I highly recommend BCAAs in one of two products. Branched chain amino acids, BCAAs, are the building blocks of protein. So if you are in a deficit specifically, your body is going to try to catabolize on your muscle mass. And what it's trying to do is break down your muscle tissue into amino acids, and it's trying to use those amino acids for fuel. So by taking an amino acid supplement, you are providing a steady stream of fuel, of energy to your muscles. Now, interesting to know, because I get this a lot too, in the protein, Rule 1's proteins, there are BCAAs, but I would caution against using this as your sole source, because this is not the most effective way to get your BCAAs. Because in this case, the BCAAs are attached to the protein molecules, and it takes a while for your body to break them down and then use them. Versus taking freestanding BCAAs, those actually don't go into your digestion process. They go right into your bloodstream for fast-acting usable energy. And Rule 1 does offer just a BCAA. I personally was using their BCAAs for a while, but since then I have switched over to their Train product, and I love their Train product. It does have the 3 branched chain amino acids, but it also has glutamine. And I'm gonna get into glutamine in a little bit later here, but glutamine is essential for muscle recovery. It prevents the muscle breakdown. It helps aid in recovery and repair and soreness. Glutamine has also been shown to improve muscle endurance during your exercise as well. So the Train product combines all of these things. It also has coconut water in there for some extra electrolytes as your body's depleting that when you sweat out during workouts. So I get a lot of questions, do I need the BCAAs and the train? No, I think it can be an either or thing. It's entirely up to you. And if there's one thing that you are gonna get, I would recommend getting a BCAA powder. So Row 1 has 2 pre-workout options, essentially. They have what they call a pre-amino, and they also have their pre-train. So the difference here, their pre-amino does not have as high of a caffeine content as their pre-train. So for people that are a little bit more sensitive to caffeine, you might want to go with the pre-amino. They do mark the pre-amino as an all-day energy supplement. So, you know, instead of having your Diet Coke in the afternoon or coffee or whatever have you, they do market this as kind of an all-day energy because it is lower in caffeine than the pre-workout. It does offer the BCAAs, so again, you're getting your branched chain amino acids in throughout the day. I think this is a really great product for people that are in a caloric deficit, who are in a cut phase. This might be a great alternative to having, you know, like a Crystal Light packet in your drink, because again, you're able to get steady stream of BCAAs in there as well. This is the white label. This is their natural line, but this is actually sweetened with stevia as well, so it doesn't have any of the sucralose. I don't currently take this because I find that I don't need any more caffeine throughout the day, and I just stick with my pre-train once a day prior to workout. It's a great option here. As far as the amount of BCAAs in here, you'd be fine having this in place of the BCAAs or the train if you want to supplement all together into one product. Moving into their pre-train, they recently reformulated it into their 2.0 version. It is a higher blend of caffeine in here. It's 270 milligrams per 1 scoop. So in comparison to about a cup of coffee that has 95, you're looking at about 3 times that amount in 1 scoop. You'll probably start with 1/2 and assess your tolerance. The one thing that this doesn't have a lot of, beta-alanine in here. That is a thing that everybody says it makes them jitters. I can't stand it. I feel like my ears itch. Maybe that's just a me thing. They turn red. So this doesn't do that to me. In comparison, the only other one I know how to compare it to is C4, because that's the one my husband uses. I don't particularly like it. He thinks this one's too mild, but maybe after you take C4, everything's mild. So this does have the beta-alanine there for extra endurance. It also has theocrine and choline, which is great for energy, and it is higher in caffeine. So if you are a nighttime worker outer, you might want to stick with the pre-amino, or at least take 1/2 scoop of this. Okay, so moving into my favorite product right now that I'm absolutely loving, the R1 pump. And this is L-citrulline, and what it does is it dilates your blood vessels. As it increases the blood flow in your muscles, it causes your muscles to then swell up, creating that pump effect. The key ingredient in here is L-citrulline, and yes, there is L-citrulline in the pre-workout 2.0, but I'm extra, so I add these two together to get even more effect. Again, you don't need this. It is unflavored though, and it's a non-stim, so there is no caffeine in here. The pump is L-citrulline, which is also an amino acid. And so the body converts L-citrulline into L-arginine, which is responsible for increasing blood flow. It does this by creating nitric oxide, which dilates the blood vessels. So there have been a lot of studies on L-citrulline. It's amazing for increased endurance, blood flow. It actually can help lower blood pressure in some studies because it opens up and creates easier flow. It's been shown to increase exercise capacity and also reduce fatigue. It also makes you sweat a lot more because it's opening up your blood vessels, creating more blood flowing in, swelling. Heat from it heats up your insides, makes you sweat. It's a good time. I really like this pump product. I've honestly not seen another product like this anywhere, but then again, I'm not looking because I'm happy. There you go. All right, another product that is super popular is R1 Lean. I don't personally take this, but I'm still gonna talk about it. Here's a sample pack of the R1 Lean. It's a non-stim, and it's comprised of 5 key ingredients. CLA, your conjugated linolenic acid, this is even worse, Garnecia cambogia, your L-carnitine, your raspberry ketones, and it's actually decaffeinated green tea extract because this is a non-stimulant drink. So it includes all 5 of those. And the reason that I don't take those is because I actually take CLA in a pill form. I take L-carnitine in a pill form. Was taking green tea extract. I kind of cycle in and off of the green tea extract. First of all, your CLA is actually related to the omega-6 fatty acids. It's usually found in animal products, but in small quantities. It has been shown to help with appetite suppressants. It's also a healthy fat, improve the cellular function, the cellular membranes, hormone. Has been shown to also increase metabolic rates over time and improve the body's immune system. Garnecia cambogia is actually from a plant. I did a little bit of research on this. It used to be like a big weight loss thing, and it might work. I don't know. Again, if your diet and your training is shit, none of this stuff is a miracle pill. Just saying. Basically, it's been known to help lower appetite by increasing serotonin levels. This basically kind of plays on the emotional relationship with food that some people have. As your mood tends to decrease, you might grab crappier foods. So it basically increases your happy mood swings so that you're not sitting there emotionally eating. L-carnitine, you guys have seen, I take it in liquid form, and it helps shuttle fatty acids and nutrients into the cell membrane to be then used for fuel. So it basically mobilizes all of the storage there so that you are using stored fat for energy. So yes, I would just watch serving sizes. Some of them I know, at least for the CLA, you want at least 1,500 milligrams, and in 1 serving of this, because actually 1 packet would be perfect if you were to get packets, because there are 2 servings in here, only has about 750 milligrams. So just look into this. It's definitely a great option for people. The one thing that I have heard by taking this, it's also really great for that afternoon kind of drink if you need something a little bit more sweet to kind of hold you over, helps with cravings, and it also helps you get in your water because you just mix it right into water. So that's the Irwin Leaf. The final product I'm going to talk about is quickly becoming one of my absolute favorites, and that is L-glutamine. Yes, it is in Train product, but here are some of the amazing effects of L-glutamine, especially if you are suffering from gut health issues. You are going to want to listen up. I'm going to definitely put this in my IBS video, which will be coming. L-glutamine has been a lifesaver for me. So glutamine is actually the most abundant amino acid in the body, and through exercise we deplete it. So you need to make sure that L-glutamine is also found in the diet, so it's not necessarily overly necessary to get it here if you're getting it from your diet. But for somebody with gut issues, it has been shown to help with gut permeability. So for people that might suffer from leaky gut syndrome or ulcers, it kind of acts like a band-aid and repairs the stomach lining. It's also been shown for IBS and people that suffer from diabetes because it helps to regulate the mucus lining, so it helps give you healthy bowel movements. It's been really great for me in the digestion area. It's also been shown to help curb cravings for things like sugars and alcohol. And so for that reason, it's been helpful in regulating blood sugar in diabetics as well. Now, how much should you take? So in the Train, there are 2.5 grams. You can take up to 15 grams of L-glutamine daily. And some bodybuilders do take that much. I personally will take a serving of this in my morning shake, my Train, and then a serving of this in my nighttime routine. It's unflavored, so you can add it straight into water. Jack it with something, so I actually add it right into my shakes as well. 1 serving is 5 grams, so I take about 2 servings of this per day on top of what's in the Train. Personally, but that is because I have gut issues. So no, again, it's not necessary. You're probably getting a lot from your meals, but I will say this, I do pride myself on having a very clean diet, but for somebody that does suffer from IBS, I found just adding this supplement has been a huge improvement in my digestion, in my bloat, in my bowel movements. So for those of you guys asking, and again, I'll go over this in another post, in my experience, glutamine has been a very positive addition into my diet and exercise routine. Those are the products that I'm going to go over that I am familiar with when it comes to Rule 1. They do offer other products, but I'm not going to speak to those because I haven't personally taken them. So hopefully this video was helpful for you guys in determining kind of what the products do, what the differences are, what might be the best for you. And I'm just going to end this video by saying, don't put something in your body just because the girl on YouTube, the girl on Instagram, the girl on Snapchat, don't put something into your body just because somebody says to. Do your research first. And if you're ever in doubt, talk to your medical professional. If there's other medications that you're taking, do not take my word for it. Everybody is completely different. So I would hope that all of you guys are looking into the types of things that you're putting into your body and why, not just because I say so or don't say so. There are other products on their website, like I say, that may be more beneficial for you. These are just the Rule 1 products that I take, have taken, currently take. Some of them I do cycle on and off of. It just kind of depends. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the description box below and I will try my best to help you out and point you in the right direction. I have also linked my affiliate code below. It is Kristen15. Off your entire order, you will get 15% off. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I will be coming out with all of the supplements that I currently take. It's more like vitamin that I take, and I'll talk about that. Also, a lot more interest than I thought there would be over IBS and kind of the regime that I'm still putting together, so I'm sure there'll be like different episodes in that, but kind of where I'm at right now, what I'm using, etc., etc. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.